I'm Nick Pregnitz with Calibrated Power, and I want to tell you a little bit about the Snowball Run. Now, if you've been following Calibrated, you know that we're all about the EcoBoost platforms lately, adding power to these little direct inject gas engines, really taking advantage of those turbochargers. Well, we wanted to use the power. We want to take it out and beat on the truck and use it the way it's meant to be used. And for the Raptor, that means getting out in the wild. The Snowball Run is an event hosted by the GLRE, Great Lakes Raptor Excursions, up in the UP of Michigan. It's happened every year for the past 8 years, and this year was over 100 trucks cruising around all sorts of trails, logging roads, and county roads, just taking advantage of the Raptor suspension, using the trucks the way they're meant to be used in a seriously snowy habitat. If you've never been on one of these things, well, neither have I. This is our first year. So we were put with Group Yeti, which is 17 trucks. We have a lead truck, Ted, and we have a follow truck, Scott, and we're somewhere in between, depending on how fast we want to drive and how much we want to mess around on the trail. So every day we leave the hotel and we caravan with our group out to the trail. Now the trail might be a logging road, might be a county road, might be a snowmobile trail, might be a 2-track. Every day is different, and there's 3 days where, the lead truck is kind of setting up this run. We put on about 250 to 300 miles a day. It's a lot of driving. We'd leave at 9 o'clock in the morning, get back at 11 o'clock at night. Some guys got back later. A lot of getting stuck, a lot of messing around drifting, a lot of just using the truck off-road, using the suspension, driving the trucks hard, having fun, not caring if you get stuck. The truck we brought is behind me here. It's one of our good customers' trucks. His name's Chris August. It's a 2019 Raptor. It's got a bunch of little mods to it, right? So it's got our tuning on it. It's got an extreme DI pump on it, 30% over. It's got inlet tubes on it, catback exhaust. Nothing crazy, but the truck does make 515 to the tire. It's E85 compatible, although we ran mostly premium gasoline up there, just because of availability. As far as suspension mods, the truck doesn't have anything done. It's got just a good set of stock tires on it. So handling-wise, suspension-wise, it's pretty much stock, just the extra power. So day one. All right, this is my first day out in a snowball. I've never been on the trail before. I've never been out with these guys before. Day one, we're supposed to break this trail called Dishno. It's a pretty rugged 2-track uphill, and there's a foot of snow. I didn't mention that. There's a foot of snow that has fallen since midnight. There's 2 main trails, Pashiki and Dishno, I guess, are supposed to be the worst to break. So we get Dishno. We head out there, drive out through the snow. Beautiful scenery, by the way. If you've never been to the UP of Michigan, you owe it to yourself to get up there and run this trail or something like it, because honestly, it's beautiful. We're cruising through the snow. We get up to the trail, get a little bit of driving experience, some 6 miles and maybe some county roads and stuff, which is a lot of fun. And we're like, yeah, this is gonna be a good time. Get to Dishno, and it is just full. It's up to the floorboards of snow. And after the lead trucks take a few running stabs at it, it's pretty clear that we are not going to have a chance to get up this trail. We simply don't have enough ground clearance, and it's not going to happen. We were there for a few hours, trying, getting pulled out, trying, getting pulled out. And by we, I mean we're in the back of the pack, so the lead trucks are the ones getting stuck and getting pulled out. We're helping occasionally dig out, or one of the trucks in the back is winching, or we're watching. After being stuck for a while, we're all ready to drive our trucks. I think the lead caught on to that and got us set up on this trail called the Norway Truck Trail. Really nice backwoods cruise. Wide roads, not plowed, but maybe 4 or 5 inches of snow, not the 12 to 18 inches of snow or floor pan deep snow that we were seeing earlier. Just enough where you can really haul and get a good mist off the trucks, drift, slide, play, use 4-wheel drive, use 2-wheel drive. The closer to the back of the pack you are, the slower you run, right? So slow in the corners, gear down, slide the rear end around. You can play in the back, right? As you're up towards the front, the expectation is really that you're pushing the truck further, you're pushing it harder, you're running 4-wheel drive, and you're trying to keep up with the leader. So we're almost back to the hotel. We're on Norway Truck Trail, and one of the trucks in our group comes over the CB and says he's the best driver. He's laying it down. 20 minutes later, literally puts his Shelby Raptor in the ditch hard and is buried for 2 hours or 3 hours, 2 or 3 winches to get him out. It was a long slog to get that truck out of the ditch. After leaving that morning at 8 a.m., we were back in the hotel by midnight. It's a long day of driving. I was ready for sleep. We get up early at 9 o'clock, head out for day 2. We head up to a trail called Train. It's a good hour and a half, 2-hour hike from where we're at to get up there. Again, snowing, beautiful. We're caravanning with the pack. The day before, we learned that our truck was a little bit on the heavy side. It really had a lot of bite in the rear end and made drifting a little more work than we thought it should be. Plus, we have 3 guys in the truck. We got a spare tire. We got a winch. We got a battery. We got 15 gallons of fuel. So we head up to Train. We run, again, nice trail, nice scenic trail. Very little odds of getting stuck. Just a full day of ripping through the trails, sliding around, drifting around. During one of the stops, we stopped and let Colin Kelly drive the truck. He's used to driving the first-gen truck with a supercharger on it, so I wanted to get his impression of what the second-gen truck with the tune and the upgrades that we did to it drove like. He was having a blast in the truck, whipping the tail around, sliding it, drifting. I mean, these roads are built for this. It's just, I mean, it's rallycross in a Ford Raptor. And it's a lot of fun to watch. It's a lot of fun to be in the truck. It's a lot of fun to drive it this way. Day 3, a little bit of a shorter day. A lot like day 2. We're doing a lot of these Norway truck trail type runs, Train, Grapevine. Most of the really deep stuff had not been broken, so Dishno and Pashiki grade had not been broken. The snow was simply too deep, so we couldn't do any really hardcore deep snow runs. We did get to do one deep 2-track run where the truck got some Michigan pinstripes. Fun, not exactly high-speed stuff, but more technical. August managed to get the truck stuck once, slid off the 2-track. Easy tug back on the road. He's so slow on the wheel.
Round.
How you doing?
Pull it out. Pull it out. Stop.
We had a lot of trucks in front of us playing around, drifting. We had a truck in front of us spin out, pop a tire off a bead. A lot of trucks spinning out. A lot of trucks just having a good time and enjoying it. All in all, we put about 1,700 miles on the truck between the trip up and all the driving up there in really inclement weather, under pretty harsh conditions. What I learned about the Raptor, the suspension is simply awesome. I mean, we didn't even get close to testing the truck to the capability limits. You can tell this thing just will take anything you throw at it. The extra power, while awesome on the road, is probably unnecessary on those trails. The truck has plenty of power in factory to get through any snow. I mean, the extra juice is really just for drifting, 4-wheel drive drifts. I would do it again. It's a lot of fun being out there. It's a good crew. Everybody's willing to help. Everybody's having a good time. Big shout out to Chris August for letting us use his truck. We appreciate it. Great Lakes Raptor Excursions for putting the event on. Ted for leading Team Yeti. Scott for following up. And the Freedom Racing guys, Chris Kelly and Colin, for showing us how to drive. Appreciate it. I'm Nick Pregnus with Calibrated Power. Hope you enjoyed it.